It's 5:17 a.m., so in about an hour is this year's Pokemon Presents, and I'm gonna react to it because I didn't record my reaction last year, which would have been great because they announced my favorite region is coming back. I don't want to miss a good reaction again. Pikachu watching TV, so I guess Pokemon Channel is getting a sequel. I bet so many people are gonna make that joke though. I see Ogrepon in the
I'm
background, very
Ishihara from
nice.
the Pokémon Company. It's been 29 years since the birth of Pokémon,
It sure has.
and we've reached this milestone through the support of all you trainers around the world. Thanks to all of
Not
you,
every fan
it's now
plays the games
possible
though.
to enjoy Pokémon each day in a variety of ways.
Yep, see?
It's the Netflix series Pokémon Concierge.
It's the
taking
very
place at the
boring
Pokémon
series,
Resort on
Pokemon
a tropical island.
Concierge.
And we hope you look forward to the new episodes as well.
I do not.
And Shiny
Remember when
Meloetta.
Pokemon
We'll
Go
also
was
share promo
only
codes
Gen
for
1
everyone to
Pokemon? That
enjoy.
feels like
We
forever
hope you're
ago
looking
now.
forward to the new type of battle is also arriving, called First to 500.
I want a
Technology
Pokemon
allows you to
basketball
gain
spin-off
special effects
now.
when you score.
Remember the Mario slash Final Fantasy basketball game? Who opens Pokemon card packs like that? I always do it from the back, not at the top like that. Is this another video game of the card game? I hope so, because I would like to be able to play it, but I don't know how. I think a video game version would help make it easier to understand. I don't think that's what this is though. It's probably just the actual cards, the physical cards. They're making a big deal about just one card. Make that too.
We're celebrating Pokemon Day with a Rotom phone case giveaway,
Ooh.
along with a mass outbreak event and other in-game events to come.
Small M.
We hope you continue to enjoy the Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet games.
Yeah, I'll continue to enjoy the games I haven't
Next,
touched since I finished
please
the
have a look at
DLC.
this
Thank you for
video.
asking.
And you on your adventures in previous Pokemon games. We hope you're looking forward to battling
Is there
Pokemon
any way
trainers
to
from
get
all corners of the
Pokemon just
world.
in it though, if you haven't played, and if you don't
Stay
have
tuned for future
Star
announcements
Island,
regarding the launch date.
Oh,
Esto significa que de aquí en adelante habrá 10 idiomas disponibles para jugar.
10 languages going
Finalmente,
forward,
como
so
ya
Gen
anunciamos
10
con
confirmed.
anterioridad, nos vemos pronto.
Finally, here's the latest update on Pokemon Legends ZA.
The only thing I care about. Oh, please be some good, detailed details. I want to see some new characters. Who aren't boring looking. Well, the popular guess who the stars would be was wrong. There's two from the same region, unlike the Arceus game. I remember when people used to say Mewtwo is the poster boy for Mega Evolution, and they got a case there. There was a Mega Mewtwo movie, but it's Mega Lucario. Come on, guys. Okay, where is the A? Show us the A, please.
Pokemon Legends ZA is a new title in the Pokemon series. The story takes place in Lumio City, the largest city in the Kalos region. Prism
Not the
Tower
whole world?
stands tall at the center of this city of beautiful vistas. These days, Lumios is undergoing a high-tech urban redevelopment plan to turn it into a city that people and Pokemon
Avatar's
truly
way bigger than
share.
I thought.
After you arrive in Lumio City to see the sights, you'll meet 3 Pokémon, one of which will become your first partner: Chikorita, Tepig, and Totodile. You'll choose one
It's
of
like they
these
wanted to
Pokémon
do
to
a Johto
accompany you
theme, but
on
they
a
were
new
like, we already
journey
did
as you
Cyndaquil,
get to know
let's change
Lumio
just
City
that one.
and its inhabitants. Here are some of the colorful characters you'll encounter. When you arrive in Lumiose, you'll meet a new friend and ally, either Urbane or Tawny. The hotel where you'll be staying is run by AZ. You'll also meet his partner, Floette. Lumiose's redevelopment
that.
is
Feel
being
dumb.
managed by Quasartico Inc. You'll become acquainted with the company's CEO Jet and her secretary Vinny. The different
Oh,
people
so
you meet will make your
dull.
time in Lumiose all the richer. To help people and Pokémon coexist, the city has set up wild zones. These areas, located throughout Lumiose, give wild Pokémon habitats where they can thrive. To catch one of these wild Pokémon, aim carefully, then throw a Pokéball. If you're having a hard time catching one, have one of your Pokémon use its moves to weaken the target, making it easier to catch. This game offers a style of Pokémon battling not seen in previous titles. Moves can have a longer or shorter reach, or different areas of effect. So choose your timing and positioning carefully to gain the upper hand. Lead your partner Pokémon through battles and dodge incoming attacks. Swap Pokémon if you need to and find the right moment to unleash a move. What's more, certain
Looks
Pokémon can go
complicated.
beyond evolution by undergoing
Am I
Mega
just a whiny
Evolution.
noob?
When a trainer's keystone resonates with the Megastone held by their
So
Pokémon,
used to
the
how
Pokémon will do more
the
than just
battles
change
work
shape.
in the main game, so
It'll unlock
I
a
don't know
new
if I'm
level
ready
of
to
power, turning
try
the tide of
something
battle
different.
in its favor. As Lumiose continues its transformation into a city that belongs to both people and
I was gonna say,
Pokémon,
if it's not a city
who knows
before,
what
what
kinds
was
of
it?
encounters and experiences will await you. Pokémon Legends ZA. Coming late 2025.
Probably December then. Actually, no, I think November is more common. Hi, Rotom. Cool logo.
Pokémon Legends ZA is scheduled to release in late 2025.
Great, more information, please. I already want more.
We hope everybody can wait just a little longer for their adventures in Lumiose City to begin. That concludes our announcements for today.
People go say adventures
Thank
and
you
only
very
play
much
one
for
adventure.
watching.
What was the point of that? Now I'm gonna check out the website. Let's see what we got here. There's the trailer again, which I kind of want to watch again, so let's do it. Player character, editor, player character, people in the background, do some running. Game Freak. I love how it's perfectly... Why does the Pokeball bounce so much? The Pokeball defying gravity. It's weird they didn't show up any new Mega Evolutions. You'd think they'd want to let people know that that's happening, so now I'm kind of worried it's not gonna... And the answer is yes, yes he is. Visit Lumiose City. The story is set in Lumiose City, where an urban redevelopment plan is underway to shape the city into a place that belongs to both people and Pokémon. Compared to Lumiose City as it appeared in the Pokémon X and Pokémon Y games released in 2013, more greenery now adorns the city, alongside facilities with a cutting-edge feel. In Lumiose City, spaces frequented by people, such as shopping arcades, whatever those are, cafes, and restaurants coexist with more natural areas, such as waterfronts and verdant parks. Let's find out what a shopping arcade is. A shopping arcade is a covered passageway with shops on either side. It's a type of building that was a precursor to the shopping mall. Does that make sense? But then why are arcades, as in places to play video games, called arcades? So right here, we've got an explanation for why arcade games are called that, but why call the places you play them that? That's like calling a restaurant a food. Words are weird sometimes. At the center of Lumio stands Prism Tower, the very symbol of the city. Then we got this big, like, brochure for the city. Pretty cool looking. Got a cafe, and that, I was gonna say mall, but no, shopping arcade, Prism Tower, and like some grassy place. The story begins with a sightseeing trip to Lumio City. While visiting Lumio City during your travels, you'll come to stay in an old hotel named Hotel Z, or Hotel Z if you prefer. This hotel will serve as your base as you and the new friends you'll meet in Lumios tackle all sorts of incidents that will occur in the city. So it sounds like the character you play as wasn't even planning to have this big adventure. They just happened to want to see Lumios and then got roped into it. So these two pictures here are probably the very beginning of the game. This is probably Hotel Z or Z. That's probably inside of it. Why is it such a mess and gloomy, though? Wild Zones, habitats for wild Pokémon. As part of Lumios's urban redevelopment plan, driven by a large corporation called they said it in the trailer, I can't remember how though. I'm just gonna call it Q. Corporation called Q Inc., the city has been outfitted with wild zones in an effort to help humans and Pokemon share the city. These areas are constructed using cutting-edge technology to give Pokemon places to live. Within wild zones, you can battle Pokemon and catch them by throwing Pokeballs. So, no Pokemon in this one, but we've got Bunnelby, Scatterbug, Mareep, and Fletchling, and then I can't even remember which is which. It's either Clauncher or Chloritzer. I think it's Clauncher. And then Sandile and the evolution I can't remember the name of right now. Sorry, fans of that Pokemon. Make Pokemon your allies. You can catch wild Pokemon living in wild zones or out and about in Lumio City by aiming a Pokeball at them and letting it fly. Why can you catch them out of the wild zones? You'd think they'd be called wild zones, so that's the only place you can get wild ones. So the zone itself is wild, they're not talking about the Pokemon that live in it. If the Pokemon doesn't pop back out of the ball, you've successfully caught it. I like how they put stuff for people who have never played a game before. Some Pokemon will flee immediately if they spot you, so hide out of sight or approach from behind to make yourself harder to notice. You can also battle Pokemon to lower their HP, making them easier to catch. So here's catching a Fletchling, and here's battling a... Is that Flappy? I think so. With a... I can't tell. Oh, Chikorita. How? I didn't know Chikorita could use an electric move. A Pokemon series first. Pokemon and trainers take action in real time during battle. In previous titles in the Pokemon video game series, Pokemon took action once per turn, which is how I personally prefer it. In Pokemon Legends ZA, trainers and their Pokemon will move around in real time during battles. In Pokemon Legends ZA, trainers and their Pokemon will move around in real time during battles, and Pokemon will unleash their moves when their trainers command them to. In addition to tight matchups, there will be new gameplay mechanics to consider, such as the precise timing for swapping out your Pokemon or using moves, the different lengths of time moves will take to launch, and how big an area the moves will impact. That doesn't sound fun! It sounds annoying to have to keep track of all that! Watch it turn out when I play this game, I end up preferring the new style instead. Funny irony. This unprecedented style of Pokemon battling is one of the most thrilling parts of this title. So here's Totodile vs Tepig, and another picture of that same matchup. I see Lucario and using Moonblast on I can't tell what Pokemon. And then here's Hippowdon Why are the pictures so tiny? Pokemon and trainers. Your character, who you have to choose. After arriving in Lumiose for some sightseeing, see, what did I say? You'll make new friends and tackle all sorts of incidents in the city. Apparently, incidents is a hard word to say. I had to do like 5 takes with that sentence. Here's this one and the other one. Introducing the first partner Pokemon. After arriving in Lumiose, certain events will lead you to befriending a Pokemon that will become your adventuring partner, thus beginning your journey as a Pokemon trainer. Which Pokemon will you set off on your adventure with? Chikorita, Tepig, or Totodile? Definitely Tepig. I didn't initially think about it, but the mascot for my channel is Pig, and Tepig, it's gonna match perfectly. It's gonna be like when T-Snick Free played the Sinnoh remakes. Chikorita, Tepig, and Totodile. Chikorita, Tepig, and Totodile. Meet people and Pokemon in Lumiose City. Urbane/Tawny. You'll make a friend who lives and works at Hotel Z, supporting the owner however they can. They may come on strong at times, but they like helping people and Pokemon. They're quite skilled at Pokemon battles, too. The appearance you choose at the beginning of the game will determine whether Urbane or Tawny will appear. That's nice. If you can't decide between which player character to use, you can decide based on which one of these guys you like more. I like Urbane's shirt, so I think I'm gonna pick him. But which player character do you have to pick to get him? They didn't really specify. Let me see if I can tell in the images. So I checked. If you want Tawny, pick this one. If you want Urbane, pick this one. Urbane says, let's start with the basics. A Pokemon trainer is someone who battles with Pokemon. They really want to help new players. And Tawny says, seriously? Oh, I'm so relieved. I could almost cry. What's that about? And I wonder if there's going to be any personality differences between them, or if they're just exactly the same in that sense. AZ, it's been a long time, my dude. How's it going? AZ is a man who stands at 3 meters tall. That's about 9'10". He's the owner of Hotel Z and claims to be 3,000 years old. Claims to be, because we who played the original games don't know that he's 3,000 years old. It's totally a surprise to us. I'll bet he's lying. I don't believe him for 1 second. Unless this isn't the same canon and they're changing it so he is lying, or he was the whole time. He quietly harbors a strong determination and will. I am AZ, and as the owner of Hotel Z, I welcome you. Eternal Flower Floette. This unusual Floette looks different from other members of her species and holds a black flower. You're not gonna explain what a Floette is? She's also said to have lived for 3,000 years. Oh, not claim anymore, now it's said. This one's more true than AZ. She always accompanies AZ, except for those 3,000 years when she was gone. But those 3,000 years are totally not real at all. First we had a giant, now we have a Jet. Jet is the CEO of Q Inc., a large corporation driving Lumiose's urban redevelopment plan with the aim of shaping the city into one that belongs to both people and Pokemon. It seems she hopes to deepen the bonds between people and Pokemon. That's it. I've read that backwards, between Pokemon and people. Please, don't be a twist villain. They do it way too frequently. I am so glad that Scarlet and Violet didn't have one. I thought about it more, and I don't think having twist villains, period, is my issue with it. I think it's more so, whenever they do it, it's always the most obvious, like, not obvious, the character people would expect it the most out of. So, if you're gonna do one, have it be a more surprising character. I'm sorry I failed to properly express my appreciation sooner. She's a twist villain, I'm convinced. Vinny. I was wondering what the spin in his hair was, so I might get a good look. It's a Pancham head and a Baneri head. So, Mega Evolutions for Pangoro, and... wait. Lopunny has one already, never mind. Vinny is a large man who wears sunglasses. He works at Q as Jet's secretary. He always seems busy and has a reputation for being a fast worker. He reminds me of the giant guy from Cats Don't Dance. I've never seen that movie. Is it good? I am Vinny, and I serve as secretary to the CEO of whatever this is called, Inc. The legendary Pokemon Zygarde. Zygarde is made up of a multitude of cell-like components, and it changes form depending on how many of these components have gathered together. Its brain is made up of the few existing Zygarde cores, while the rest of its body is comprised of Zygarde cells, which are far more plentiful. It seems to have taken a special interest in you. Oh, thank you, I'm flattered, Zygarde. What could its connection to this story be? 10% form, 50% form? Okay, I was worried it wouldn't be there. Complete form. The power of Mega Evolution. In Lumio City, you'll sometimes see Pokemon undergo Mega Evolution, a kind of evolution that transcends standard evolution. Effectively using Mega Evolution will likely be your key to victory in Pokemon battles. It can turn the tide of battle, but what is it? I don't know. I definitely do not know. Mega Evolution goes beyond the limits of regular evolution. Only certain Pokemon can Mega Evolve. Doing so imparts power greater than regular evolution by temporarily unleashing the energy hidden within the Pokemon. Pokemon change their appearance when they Mega Evolve, and certain ones may even change types. When trainers have a strong bond with their Pokemon, a keystone worn by the trainer resonates with a Mega Stone held by their Pokemon, allowing Mega Evolution to take place. Which is not true. If you have a Pokemon that can Mega Evolve, you can Mega Evolve it right away, even if you've spent no time with it at all. I'd kind of like them to change that in the new game. You have to have them for a while before they'll Mega Evolve, or just don't have that stupid bit of lore. Eventually, you'll wear a Mega Ring with a keystone embedded in it. That's a good sign for that. The gotta take your time thing I was saying. Other trainers may wear their keystones in different ways. That had to be pointed out for some reason. Magikarp, then Gyarados, then Mega Gyarados. Got some Mega Evolution right here, and Gyarados again. Mega Evolution. Pretty cool. Mega Evolved Pokemon. Here are more examples of Mega Evolved Pokemon. Mega Charizard X and Y, Mega Kangaskhan, Mega Ampharos, Mega Gardevoir, Mega Sableye, Mega Altaria, which was not from X and Y, and in fact, Sableye might not have been either, I'm not sure. Mega Absol, Mega Lucario, and that's it. For now. Hopefully. Releasing simultaneously worldwide in 2025. I was gonna say, what do you mean simultaneously? There's only one game, but they mean across every country. Sign up for the newsletter? I will. This website is awful, this one is awesome, this one has its ups and downs, and this one I've never used before. I'm done reacting to the Pokemon stuff, time to react to a random word to end the video. Nifty.